そんな大したことじゃないだろう。相手は柔道部の主将だぞ。それも男子女子両方だ。怖くはなかったのか？嫌われるのは慣れてる。
So we are going to do an in-depth walk around of our Tacoma, every single mod, everything we've done, including the flip pack and all the suspension mods. So let's just get right into it. All right, so starting with the back here, I guess, because that's where we're at. We are doing a 3.5-inch lift all around. We did King extended travel, shocks in the back, heavy duty Dakar leaf packs, and then Kenda Cleaver RT tires, which are 35, 12.5 by 17-inch tires. Are super awesome, super grabby, as you can tell, super aggressive, and they've held up in Moab and all the Washington BDR trails that we've done with it so far.
Go! Our passenger! Our passenger! Stop!
Couldn't be happier. To fit those, we ended up cutting 3 inches off the fender, which is not reversible. So 35s on a second gen at least are kind of a commitment. So 3 inches off the fender, and I did 2.5, 2 3/4 inches off the fender flares. And then to make it look halfway decent, you just put this weather stripping. You can buy it at like O'Reilly's or AutoZone. Kind of clean it up and give it an OEM look. So pretty happy with how that turned out. These are actually the stock rims. I did plasti dip these satin black, and then I threw a little TRD sticker off of eBay in there. So I did 3-4 layers of plasti dip, put the TRD sticker in the center cap, and then 2 layers of satin on top of that, so it's all integrated and it actually looks halfway decent. We did run a 1.5-inch spacer straight off of Amazon, and it's comparable to the Spider Track ones as far as shape and design and material, and they've held up great. I've had them on like pretty much the entire time I've owned this truck, which is like 1.5 years, 0 problems. There's a big cloud of judgment when it comes to wheel spacers, but I can assure you from my experience so far, these have totally held up. I've never had any issues with balancing or anything like that. So, and I'm gonna put all the parts we've used that were from Amazon, those will all be in the description. So if you want to pick up anything for yourselves, it'll be down there. We also, from the factory, a factory option, we got the TRD exhaust system. I don't know if that's just a tip or if that's actually like the muffler too. I think it might be the muffler, but to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure. And then obviously the flip pack, we have a whole video on how we modified that. It was 7 feet long, now it's 6 feet and vaguely color matched. And just like in that video, we explained to you guys that like apparently this color and this color are the same colors, paint code wise, but for whatever reason they are drastically different. But again, with the 35s and the extended travel Kings, the whole goal behind this build is I didn't want to compromise my driving style, like how I drove the car before I had the flip pack on. I didn't want to compromise like rallying on those back roads and stuff like that. I like driving fast. I think it's fun, when it's safe to do so. But I didn't want to compromise any of that. So when we were building this flip pack, I'm not like any trail or driving style that I would have done without the flip pack. I'm just pretending like it's not there, so to speak. And if it starts cracking or breaking, I'll fix it, I'll reinforce it, I'll make it better than what it was, because again, the driving experience is like the most important to me, and I don't want to sacrifice that for anything. So this flip pack so far, I guess I'll bring you guys back over here. The only major thing that's happened is we were getting cracking right here, right there, on both sides. And I don't know if that was part of my construction, I'm sure it was. Long story short, we built these like L brackets and then used carriage bolts on either side, so they're like sandwiched together on both sides of the, yeah, that's held it fine, the cracking is stopped. And then I just shot those black. Okay, so tail lights straight off Amazon. I really like these ones because the shape of them is actually reminiscent of the 3rd gen Tacomas. And a good way to like modernize like an older generation of any car is just look at the newer version of that same car and then bring in some styling cues where you can. And then we threw these super bright tail lights in here, for the bulbs rather, they're LEDs. These tail lights don't have any reflective housing for like the light to, you know, reflect back out. It's actually all blacked out, which I found out the hard way, that normal LEDs, even like really bright ones, are not going to work. But these ones actually have a built-in projector, so it actually like projects LED lights out for when you're reversing, which is great. Other than that, this is pretty stock. I repainted all of the trim around the windows. I put new T-handles in because I didn't get keys with this thing. But the new T-handles we put in, we got 3 sets of keys, which is awesome. Got our flags here, and then other than that, I just blacked out the V6 and the Tacoma badges, and then I actually de-badged the Tacoma badge and just left the Toyota and the V6 one blacked out for subtlety. Okay, so moving up to the front, we got the stock roof rails, and we ended up cutting the back portion right here so that the foot pack will actually overhang and clear it. And then we just left the crossbar on the front like permanently deployed, I guess you could say. So I was gonna potentially use that as a mount for like, I'll throw in a picture here, but like the Casey like Baja lights, they're all, not a light bar, but they're all circular, and there's like 10 of them that span across the windshield. I was thinking about making my own, and I was going to use this roof rack kind of as the base and mounting points for that. So stay tuned. If I do, I'll end up making a video for it, so if anyone else is curious on making them, they can. Okay, so like I was saying, styling cues, just like the tail lights. Another styling cue I picked up is just the newer badging some of the 3rd gens have. The TRD Pro, I think, comes with it. Yeah, this one says TRD Sport, and I think it just ties together nicely. Again, I'm just trying to modernize the look of it a little bit, not too much. I like this power plant a lot better than the new ones, but yeah, I like the styling cues. I think the 3rd gen's beautiful, so I like to just kind of, you know, put in styling cues where I can. Another one is I vinyl wrapped the B pillar. And you'll notice that the 3rd gen, same with the Tundras, they have, you know, this B pillar is wrapped, or it's just black from the factory. So I got my windows tinted, and then I did a satin black vinyl wrap there to tie them together. I think it looks gorgeous, but it's very subtle. Like, a lot of people never notice it unless I point it out. So if you're trying to update your 2nd gen, that's a good way to do it. And yeah, let's come over to the front here. Okay, yeah, so to the front, projector headlights, again, straight off of Amazon. These have a built-in like daytime running light LED eyebrow with a diffuse piece on top. Other than that, they do come with a projector, which is kind of a big deal because to run LED lights properly, you need to have that projector lens to actually make sure that you're not blinding other drivers. So these headlights are LED and HID compatible, which is the only reason why I really bought them. Everything's blacked out, it does look nice. Yeah, so other than that, I just vinyl wrapped. These are the stock fog lights, just vinyl wrapped yellow. And then I have a D-badged front and grille. This thing is junk. I will link it in the description of where I bought it. I'm a big fan. I've done this on like all my cars in the past, just a D-badged front mesh grille. But this one is horrible. Like, the fitment is absolute garbage. I bought it on Amazon with like no reviews. And then after I bought it, I actually realized that they photoshopped the picture they used on their ad. They photoshopped it on. They didn't even like try and fit it themselves. So buy it at your own risk. And then behind here, these lights are awesome. They have a daytime running light, a a high beam and a low beam, and then I've vinyl wrapped them yellow again, just like the fogs, and they are awesome. They add a whole nother like degree of brightness off-road on the trails, and I actually can't recommend these enough. These are so cool. Yeah, so for the inside, fairly stock. This is a 3-way toggle switch. You have like low beam off and then high beam for the lights behind the grill. That's the daytime running light for the lights behind the grill, so nothing fancy. It's all stock. And then I guess I did do this here. This is kind of nice. I just plasti dipped this black, vinyl wrapped that with a shiny carbon fiber. Again, carbon fiber, new, it actually came with this thing, the whole radio bezel, and then carbon fiber here. And then I added this 10.5 inch Android head unit. I'll link that in the description, but it's pretty nice for what it is. It has Bluetooth, steering wheel controls work. That's the name of the car launcher I'm using. But yeah, I mean, you can like Toyota emblem, clock, you know, it's pretty clean. And then on top of that, we just got these dials again from Amazon, and let's see, seat heaters, just kind of nice to have. And then yeah, everything came, I got this leather from the factory, or it was factory installed. So they pretty much took this truck and yeah, they just did a leather kit, installed it themselves, and added in seat heaters. And then I guess I added these cup holder TRD logos, which, you know, were just kind of cheap, along with the cup holder. So that like just inserts there, again, straight from Amazon, but I find that's a little more practical than that cubby. And this is actually kind of cool. I added a wireless charger just in this cubby. That's hard mounted, so that doesn't move. And this is pretty much all custom built. I just did that myself. And it's hooked up to an accessory, so that only turns on when the car's on. And then, yeah, as you can see, it's a fast charger too. So it charges everything quickly. iPhones, Androids. It does not bias. It just charges anything you put there. It's pretty cool. And then back seats, fairly stock. I added this MOLLE panel pouch thing. Kind of cool, kind of not. I don't know. It serves a purpose. I normally have more stuff here, but we just got back from a camping trip, and I kind of got to reorganize this a little bit. But yeah, bear spray. What do you even call that? Machete. Yeah, machete. And then this is kind of cool. This is just a MOLLE rack straight off of Amazon again. Link in the description, with some quick fist mounts there. Super sturdy. So I got my like wood chopping axe that just mounts up there, and then my shovel, and then SOG knife, and then a high output flashlight that I again need to track down and put back. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much stock back here. I have like undersheet storage. I just keep tools down there, the legs for the flip pack, and then behind here I just got like my tire deflator, fire extinguisher, first aid kit, and then yeah, more tools under there. So now let's open it up. Yeah, so I think flip packs are supposed to have a handle that goes onto these splines where the torsion bar is, and you kind of like open it that way. But honestly, I just hop on the rear tire and like open it up like that. And then to close it, I open the back door and pretty much do the same thing in reverse, and it's pretty easy. So I've just been doing it like that. Also, another benefit of the crossbar is before, with no leg support in the front, the flip pack lid with weight in it would actually bend past where it was supposed to. I don't know if that's normal or if that's just something unique to our flip pack, but that crossbar now for the roof rack will actually allow me to like crawl up there when I'm working on it or hanging out, and then it won't let the bed bend past the crossbar. So it acts like as a support, which is cool. So I don't always have to put the legs on, which I'm not gonna do right now, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we just got back from a camping trip, so we still have a lot of the stuff we bring in with us for these trips. But yeah, like we had mentioned before, decked bed drawers, both sides, super nice. I'm a carpenter by trade, and I really wanted to make my own bed drawers out of like wood and all that. But again, for a big thing for mid-sized trucks, especially with overlanding, is weight is such a big deal. And weighing down a mid-sized truck with a smaller motor, like this is a 4-liter V6, is not a good idea. It ruins the driving experience. And these decked bed drawers are all like a composite plastic, and they actually weigh in a lot less than what I would have built out of plywood and all that. These actually weigh less than that, so I can pass that up. And again, weight, huge deal. So yeah, they're pretty nice. Other than that, we just have some bed stiffeners to help the composite bed of the Tacomas out, make sure it doesn't flex too much. So yeah, once it's open, this canvas cover here with the 2 poles, that's what actually separates the tent from the canopy area. So the reason why all this tent material, when you close it up, doesn't intrude on the bed of the truck is because of that piece right there. So when you open this thing up for the first time, this will kind of be in your way, and then you come over here and you just kind of undo both sides. Yeah, basic setup. Yeah, a little custom-made carpet here just for the runner on your bare feet. You know, it's nice when you're getting out of bed. And then a Tempur-Pedic pad thing with a really cool glow-in-the-dark overprint, and our custom-made countertop. We actually did a burnt finish on it. And then with a satin stain, which turned out pretty good. And then this is 80/20 aluminum that we made this out of, and then we also made the bench out of, and this is hinged. So eventually there's gonna be faces on these with like drawers and stuff, just like a normal kitchen cabinet would be. And then same with this one. This one's only gonna have access from the top, but yeah, there'll be faces on that. And again, carpenter by trade. I would love to do woodworking and just build cabinets, but weight, cannot stress it enough. I'm trying to keep the weight as light as possible because I like the, you know, feel of this truck as is, and I don't want to weigh it down too much to where it's a burden to drive. So plenty strong. And then we did an LED light strip right there, all the way around with a L channel and a diffuser. And we also ran it up there, and on that pole, this pole, and this pole right here. And then right now, we're running that off of a little power bank we have here. But again, that is temporary. I want to have the dual battery set up before I run too much stuff off of my battery. So yeah, but this is pretty much it. Super roomy. We were gonna do like a U shape here, but we found that once the bed drawers were in and these were in, that this is like valuable real estate. So we're gonna leave this open and have the fridge go under here. Plans for the future though is like hard mounted sink, and the stove is gonna be hard mounted onto this cabinet with like a 5-gallon propane tank. And yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, roof rail that we put on like doesn't let the flip pack bend past that. It is acting as a support. So like no legs on it, and like, you know, it's solid. Again, before like the flip pack would bend past what it was supposed to without those legs that we built. So having this roof rack just allows it, like if we need to like just deploy and like not set up for very long, or I'm in here all the time working on it. And a lot of the times I'll just get up here in bed to go on my phone and like chill out for a sec because I get tired. So I don't have to put those legs on every time, which is awesome. That's where we're at so far. Like I said in that last flip pack video, we'd give you guys an update. It's not done by any means, but it is definitely coming along. Super happy with how all this stuff has turned out. And yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna do another update video at an actual campsite / overlanding trip where we actually will show you the rock lights on, these LEDs on, and like how we have it laid out for actually like sleeping in for multiple days. So stay tuned for that. And we also made a TikTok and an Instagram, so feel free to follow us on that if you guys are, you know, into that stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching.